Good evening, everyone. I'm saying that we are already ready tonight. Tonight is going to be explosive. Explosive. Mr. Ja Excel is just on standby. All right. Eight more persons is just exactly 9 o'clock. Cherish Cindy say we day here. Abasifrek Thompson says we are here. Diamond Paint says clear through. Diamond Paint and the names I'm mentioning tonight, I think they are all regular attendees. Okay. When some people will say that they don't have data, others in this generation, anybody that is saying he doesn't have data, I think that person cannot be helped. All right. So as usual, we usually give like 4 or 5 minutes so that um, others will join. Tonight is going to be very explosive. It's going to take a different dimension from what it used to be. It's not just the teaching. Jomav Homes and Properties, good evening. Nice to have you here. Yeah, so David says, nice to be here. We are live. Oh, yes, Kingsley, we are live. Of course, we are live. We'll continue to remain live and alive. Good evening, gurus. Thank you, Mobon Goswe. Nice to have you. Today, we are looking at building entrepreneurial resilience. Blessed Chibu, thank you for being here. Moses Chinyere, thank you for being here. Okay, like usual, comment your location. Let me also know who I'm talking with. Let me know when I'm talking across Africa, across the world, and comment your location. Let me see. Somebody may win gift today. Oh, I didn't take notice of the first person to join today's class. Oh my God. Pekula is in Imo State. Chibu is in Port Harcourt. Uh, Cherish is in Lagos. Moses is in Jos. Emmanuel is in Lagos. Diamond is in Owerri. Victory is in Ughelli, Delta State. Ara, my friend, is from Ara. Which one is NS from Ara? I don't understand that your introduction. Okay, this is Johnny from Uyo. Jomav is joining from Kingsley Major is joining Owerri in Dubai. Oh my goodness. So there's not new Dubai in Owerri. Timothy Mabango. Okay, Timothy Mabango from Nairobi, Kenya. Nice to have you. Welcome. Good evening, Mr. Sales Guru. Thank you. I'm watching from Owerri. Thank you, Moses. Nice to have you. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Gbemisola is from Ibadan. Chinya is from Onitsha. And Anunobi Emmanuel is from Owerri. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is going to be a very important night. After all this whole preliminary, Mr. Excel is on standby. He's going to join us live. I want to sound like a pastor to this evening. Mr. Amos, good evening. Is that I want you guys to have some level of expectations from tonight's session. It's not going to be the regular night where he will just come and teach. We are going to be having quite an expository session so that Benson Chisenga, my student from Zambia, nice to have you. Amos is from Lagos, watching from Lagos. Okay, so tonight is going to be expository. Those of you that when you were in secondary school, then you wrote expository essay, you will know the meaning of expository essay. Is a kind of essay that does what the Bible can call revelation. So it's revelation we are doing here tonight, and we are live already. David, okay. Now, I want at least 10 persons to comment. Let me bring Mr. Excel live. Can I bring Mr. Excel now? Can I bring Mr. Excel here? Some of you that know him, don't worry, some of you that do not know him, I'll be doing a lot of exposition tonight. I don't know why somebody in his right senses should miss this live class. Dubem is watching from Asaba. Okay. So let me go ahead and bring Excel Aja, one of Africa's choicest entrepreneurs. Okay, let me bring him on board. Yes. So resilience is what we are looking at today. And I took my time again to do a little more research on what resilience is. You find out that nobody can actually succeed to the zenith of his or her chosen field without great element of resilience. That is your ability to bounce back after everything. But what we are going to talk today is just that we gave it a title as resilience, but it's not really resilience. We are going to do a whole lot together today that is beyond just coming back. I'm going to be asking him series of questions. We used to call his company the house of what is it called? The house of product, because they have a whole lot of product that is being produced by his company, and you are going to be hearing most of those exposition tonight. I've already beeped him, and I think he's about to join. Let me know why. So I can't use laptop. Okay. Oh, why? I think. Hold on a second, please. Okay, I think he was trying to join with his laptop, but his laptop is giving him issues. So every I can see. Don't go anywhere. Stay here. Tonight is okay. He's about to switch to his mobile. Okay, so just a minute. So guys, just hold on. So please, can someone type what you're expecting from tonight's class? Let me read from somebody. Tell me one thing that you're expecting. Why are you here? Why you're supposed to be watching television or doing one thing? Can somebody tell me why? What one thing that he or she is expecting in tonight's class? Somebody should help me. Yeah, David, you can't miss it. You're already here, right? I want to read from somebody. What is your one expectation from tonight's session? Anybody? I'm expecting the secret of my next level of my business. Thank you. This is what I had discussion with Excel today. Okay, Mr. Excel is live now. Let me add him. Mr. Excel has just popped up. He is going, this screen is about to be divided. Yes. Yes. Somebody make some noise here. Come on. Come on. Somebody go to the comment section and give me some fire. I want to see fire. Tonight, I have right here one of Africa's brightest entrepreneurs, one of Africa's choicest entrepreneurs, one who understands process, one who has built from almost nothing to something that is celebrated across Nigeria and Africa. Yes, if you are saying wow, you can say it. If you are putting fire, you can put it. Whatever thing you can do, you can go ahead. In fact, let YouTube
Sure.
traffic let it shut down tonight because you are having a fantastic session tonight. Mr. Aja, you are welcome. And
Thank you so much. Thank you.
yeah, we don't take it for granted to having you here today. It's a privilege, actually. Guys, can you hear him loud and clear? If you can hear him, please
You can,
go ahead.
yeah, if you can hear me, say yes, I can hear you. Thank you. If you can hear me, say please, say I can hear you on the comment section.
Okay, because me, I can hear you, but your video is not clear to me. Somebody say he's blushing on your
My vid-
behalf.
ah, did you say my video is not clear?
And yeah, but it seems like, don't worry, but it's perfect. That's okay. That's fine. I don't know. I want to
Please,
see
if you
your
can see,
face.
if you can see me very well, if you can see me very well, say you can see me too. So you're not just hearing my voice.
Somebody is commenting it. He said the video is a little bit blurry. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm noticing from my end. So I don't know whether it's light. We want to see your face very well, like the.
But I think I'm seeing myself clearly.
Maybe I don't know why. Maybe it's the network. Maybe I don't know why, but I think
Okay.
a couple are saying that your face isn't that clear. Yes, it's blurred a bit. Yes, that's what I'm seeing from my end too. So
Maybe network from here.
this thing cannot work
Someone said
tonight. It
very
can
clear.
never work. We want to see it clear. Like it cannot. If you need to change your network provider, we don't mind. So that because when we go now, I don't want any kind of distraction because this is going to be an important session for all of us. All right. So guys, yeah, the video is a little bit blurry. I think it's network, but it may stabilize.
Okay, let me just give me a moment.
Please, you can leave and come back again. Whether
Let me go to adjustment. Let me make a
all right.
switch.
All right, guys. So let's see. I don't want us to miss anything this night. I want everything to be perfect as it ought to be. And Mr. Aja SL is here. So, guys, hold up on this session. You know, whenever you are having something that is extremely important and going to be pivotal to people, it's going to make a whole lot of sense. I don't think it's a ring light stuff. Maybe it's network. There's some expectations that people commented before. Let me read one of them. Let me read some of them. And I liked it. One person wrote something that caught my attention. Um, let me read it. Let me read it. Let me see if I can read it. Okay, no, I don't want to read this one. No. Okay, hold on, hold on. Okay, there's one that caught my attention. Who wrote that thing? Ifeanyi Bright.
Okay, so
We can
do I
shoot.
have something clearer now?
Yeah, I think so. We can shoot like this. But I know there's a lot of light in your house. I wish there's a light that is facing your face directly. Because this night, we want to see you in glory and in everything. My apologies, sir, for the stress, right? This is better. This is better. Let's go with this. Okay. So Bright said, I want to learn from the master, someone who has made significant contribution to humanity. Kingsley said to understand how to build and manage a winning team. Okay. Value impartation from Mr. Excel. How to survive as an entrepreneur despite all odds. This is one of the things you are getting tonight. I'm expecting more insights on business development. I'm expecting the secret of my next level in business. Onyekachi testimony, I think you summarized it all for almost everybody here today. So, Mr. Aja Excel is perfect. We can see you, we can hear you loud and clear. Welcome to tonight's session, Thursday Live with the Sales Guru. It's a privilege to have you here. Now, the topic of discussion for tonight
Thank you.
is building resilience as building entrepreneurial resilience. Let me start it this way. Let me introduce you on behalf of yourself. Because maybe when I say you should introduce yourself now, you will say, my name is Aja SL, I'm the CEO of Silicon Africa Technology. But that's not complete. Let me start it this way. Some years ago, you were a student in Futo. I have read about you. I've also listened to you as a friend. You've told me a couple of things about how you came into photo from almost nothing. And during your photo days, I remember that myself applying for scholarship in photo, I came to your office where I didn't even know that as at that I didn't know you, but they used to call that place Excel's place, and I came there to apply for my scholarship that time. Then in photo, are one person as a student that was considered as the father of entrepreneurship as long as photo is concerned. You pioneered student entrepreneurship. How did all this start? Where did the inspiration come from?
All right, thank you so much. The story of entrepreneurship for myself have it's a long one, and maybe tonight, for me, the time I can to share some insights and how all of this started. So for Futo, when you say I didn't have that conversation in Futo, right? It's already started much more earlier. When I got into Futo as a year one student, I didn't get into photo as a fresher, like fresher. Freshers are
Okay.
those who come in, people are directing them, you need to do this one. Before I came into photo, it was like I already wrote down the things I wanted to do. Okay. So coming into photo, let me start by this. I was already teaching JAM students before I wrote JAM.
Oh, wow. Before you wrote JAM, you've already started teaching JAM students.
I was a JAM tutorial master before I wrote JAM. So and what brought about that was that I was looking for how to gather money to apply for JAM. So and I know biology, chemistry, physics, maths. So I was going around in different JAM
Oh,
lessons.
you're even an ABBA boy.
And I grew up in Abana, like
Oh,
primary
wow.
school, you know. So while I was doing that, I was able to gather the money I used to apply for JAM. Sometimes your disappointments can actually become a blessing to you, right?
Yeah.
I came out of school as the best student in WAEC. I came out of
Wow.
school as the best student in WAEC in FGC or Kiwi. Yes, I had the best results in WAEC, third best in NECO. Went for different competitions, but when I came out of school, I didn't. My uncle who was sponsoring me didn't have the funds to send me to university. He told me clearly that if I was going to go to school, I have to find my own means to do that. So I resorted to teaching because I already had the chemistry knowledge. Most times before you begin, there is something you already have. That's one thing. Most times you're looking for the thing outside.
Before you
Not
begin,
everybody has something big.
there is something you already have. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's one thing. So often you already have something to begin with. And what I had then was the fact that I understood chemistry, maths, physics, biology. I could teach any of the science subjects. So I was already teaching and getting small change. So I decided to go teach JAM students to actually make my first set of money. And again, is that while at home waiting to write JAM, the story is a long one, as I said to you, so that you understand where, we talk about resilience, building entrepreneurial resilience, the journey of entrepreneurship. There is a lot of things that form your philosophies,
Hmm.
your mental capacity to handle the toughness of the journey must have been formed. If people see you as a strong person, something actually formed the
Form
strength
that
that you
stuff.
display. So yes, when I was um, applying for that JAM, I had to stay at home for 3 years. Students in my school before
After
I
your
applied for.
WAEC,
Yes, after
with
my
that
WAEC.
kind of result
Why?
as
Why?
well. My
Why?
God.
So to tell you this, some of my classmates who got admission after we left school, one of house, he was like he got admission to study accounting in University of Calabar. I was asking about my own. I said, I know right Jambo. I know, you know. So that is unfair. That is unfair for him to go to school to get admission and I'm not in school. You know, I don't know if you get the point.
Hello.
Say it's unfair. That no. How can he get admission and myself, Aja Excel for that matter, Aja Anaya Excel, not be in school? No. That God is unfair. That he would rather give me his admission and stay home so I can go to school.
Whoa.
My classmates in secondary school told me that. So that is where the story began. Why did I not enter school the next year after I finished from after I wrote JAM? My first photo posterior me exam I wrote. I wrote JAM by 264 in JAM. Wrote photo posterior me. Then photo used to check posterior me with 2,000 naira. Sales guru, I didn't have 2,000 naira to check my posterior me result.
Kai.
That was how I did not know if I got admission or not. That was how that year passed. I had to stay one more year
So
and another year
after
before I now wrote
writing the
that JAM.
jam, the challenge was not having money to check your post-UTME.
Posterior me results. Yes.
Hey God.
So up until now, I don't know if my name came out of that particular posterior me or not.
Yeah. And,
Because I couldn't check it.
and
But by the time I was
as at this time, you are already
yeah,
teaching those jam bites too.
correct. So the thing is, by the time I was writing my second JAM, which is 3 years later, checking posterior me was now free.
Whoa.
So it gave me insight that sometimes time solves your problem.
Kai.
So so I wrote my second JAM. I scored 277 in JAM and scored 264 in posterior me. My name out on the list, information technology photo, second on the list. So, why I'm telling this story is because you're asking me how did entrepreneurship,
Yes.
so that you understand. So those 3 years, while I was waiting and teaching, I was gathering experience. I was reading books. That was when I read books that was not chemistry, physics, and maths. All I used to know was sciences: chemistry, physics, maths, biology, and further maths. I got A in further maths in WAEC. So the person that passed my further maths exam was PNOKK, so that you know what I'm talking about. So,
Kai.
as a matter of fact, I got into photo in a way that is like is a story you will be like how and why.
Please, sir. Can I interject
So
here? Interject. Sorry. Now, you came
go
out.
ahead.
See, you made the best result in WAEC in your school. There was
Yes.
no money at a point to sponsor you in the university. And within these 3
Yes.
years, for God's sake, maybe that time you will be like 17, 18, or 19. If you're too old, you could be like 19. I don't think it will be up to 20 when you finish from your secondary school. Now, this frustration
Yes.
was something that could have brought some people down, made them to give up. Where did you get the drive at that time to say, okay, if this thing is not working, let me start developing myself, let me start reading books? Where did that kind of mindset originate from at that time?
So see what happened, right? While I was teaching in a attended a fellowship called FECA, right? And I met my childhood friend. I used to go for evangelism with the guy when we were small. So the guy was the one teaching and preaching on that day. And when this guy was speaking, I was like, I used to know this guy now. How come he's talking to know this guy? We are in primary school together, we are street boys together. We go for
Yeah.
church programs as children. But this guy this guy's English, the knowledge he was sharing, I heard it before. I could boast that I'm a guru in maths and chemistry and all those, but this one, I haven't heard it. So
This one is a strange knowledge.
he closed the show by saying that he reads like up to 4 books in a month.
Wow.
And you cannot doubt 4 books in a month.
Yeah, because the evidence is there
By
in the
reason of
quality
the
of
kind
his
of knowledge
speech.
he was sharing. Correct. So when he finished talking, I met him and be like, we greeted as old time friends, and I looked at the back of the hall where in that feka, and I saw books there. That was the first time I will read a book that is not chemistry, maths,
Physics
or
or math.
physics. How
Oh,
much was it to get one of those books? It was 15 naira to hire. So I hired a person. One of the book by John Merson called The Impossible is Possible. That was the very first inspirational book I
you
read
read.
outside classroom book.
Wow.
After I finished that book, I now started using the money I was making from teaching to buy John Merson's book. So I read John Merson's The Impossible is Possible, 1. I read An Enemy Called Average. I read You're Born Original, Don't Die, a copy. I read Why Ask Why. Like, I read more than 7 books of John Merson within that period.
Wow.
So
Blew up.
jumped inside of me. I, at the time, was answering the possibilitarian.
That was the nickname you started answering then.
I'm telling you, because anything you say is not possible. That's your matter. Because and I came to understand that these books were actually life changing. What happened is that my mindset started changing when people were saying you can't go to school without being sponsored. I was seeing something entirely different, and that changed my whole. So before I wrote that my jam that gave me admission to study in photo, I had read 67 books.
Hi.
I had read 67 books that it wasn't classroom books. Come to discover after graduation, I had read them. So when I was coming to photo, I already knew what I wanted. So there was no freshers night.
It
There was no
wasn't
all of
you
those.
didn't come again as just a how will I put it, a year one boy.
Bite,
It was not
you
a
know.
year one boy kind of thing.
Correct.
The mind had already been formed,
Correct.
seeing beyond. Now seeing the background why you were doing some of the things that you were doing then. Okay, now let me come back to the
Correct.
entrepreneurship journey in photo. After all this whole background, at what point did you now start saying, okay, let me go into entrepreneurship?
I was going to go into entrepreneurship. See, in every challenge, there is a solution that can make you better. In every challenge, you have a solution. So while I was in photo, I got you're not asking me how did I even start the school stuff. I didn't do clearance in photo. My schoolmates, not my schoolmate, my junior boy in school took me as his roommate. It was my school son in secondary school that paid my acceptance fee. So that was how I got into photo.
Wow.
Did you get my point?
So that schoolboy was your junior in secondary school?
Yeah.
This life no balance.
He told me, see, watch this. The reason why I'm saying this is because the inspiration I got from the books I read made me take some steps that I wouldn't have taken normally. Yes,
Yeah.
I went to Futu based on the fact that some of the books I read says, go out there. Your helper may be out. Some of the books I read said, one of the ways you don't have to steal the entire staircase. Repeat for you, I'm telling you.
Kai.
So one of the days, I went to Puto to go and see how the school was. Not like I was going there to do anything clearance. I had to find maybe one to Futo. It was on arriving Futo that I met that my schoolboy. The guy saw me and said, Senior Aja, how far? What did they do here? Now he was in year 2 already. I was just getting admission. I said, I got admission. He said, what's next? I said to him that nothing, I just came to look around the school. The guy took me and went to FCMB and paid 25,000 naira for my acceptance fee. I don't know if you get my point. And the fact is that this was somebody I was very good in secondary school.
Yeah.
Sometimes the good you do today, I'll be waiting for you tomorrow somewhere else. I don't know if you get my point.
Value will always return to its source.
Correct. This guy was the one that paid the acceptance fee, and that was how I got into photo. The other guy took me in, and I became his roommate. You know him, my friend Tochku. So, as a matter of fact, the entrepreneurship I started in photo wasn't that there was any day I said today I'm going to become an entrepreneur. I'm going to do this. I was already doing stuff. Mind you, before I got into photo, I had written a book titled No Boundaries, because I read all of those books I mentioned to you. That was what convinced me that it is only someone who have read that can write.
Excuse me,
If you have not
sir.
read enough,
Hold
you
it
can't write.
there. Hold it there. So before you became a student, a college student, you were already an author
Yes,
of a book.
I had written a book. I sold 1,000 copies of the book. No jokes.
Wow.
I had the students. Like the students I taught, I didn't just teach them. If anybody who have been in my class while I was in photo will tell you that I didn't just teach organic chemistry. I taught inspirational organic chemistry.
Yeah.
I don't know if you get the point.
Yeah.
I had the audience, and so what I'm saying is that I didn't one day and say I'm gonna be an entrepreneur, I'm gonna do this and do all of that. Because I didn't have school fees to pay, I didn't have money to go to school. I started looking for scholarships all over the internet. My very first contribution to the online space, the first time I wrote something that has my name in the online space, was a comment I made on a platform called Advanced Africa. If anybody knows advancedafrica.com, that was the very first time I made a comment on the internet that carried my name, Advanced Africa. That's the scholarship and opportunity website. So whenever I search my name as at 2008, 2009, that was the first thing you will see where my name appeared on the internet. It was on a scholarship website. So I knew, because I needed scholarship to go to school, I knew all the scholarship dates and deadlines. So one day, this is where the story begins. One day, while I was in school in my year 2 first semester, the last money I had was 500 naira. And if I say, let me go back to Aba, it will not take me back to Aba. If I say, let me stay in school, I'll have to be eating. An idea came into me. What's the idea? Since you have all the scholarship dates and deadline, and you know how to do bulk SMS, what if you use that knowledge to students about scholarships? That idea came to me around 4 p.m. By 5 p.m., the idea was on paper, printed. And that affirms the statement that getting an idea should be like sitting down on a pin. Once you get an idea, the situation should be like sitting down on a pin.
Jump up.
If you sit down on a pin, my brother, you're going to jump up and do something. That was what happened. By 5 p.m., my idea was printed. I went to lecture hall 2 in photo and asked the lady who does photography for me and said, please help me design this stuff for 200 naira, made photography for me for 150. Bro, the next morning, I went to lecture hall 2, engineering lecture hall, and I told them, guys, I can help you, inform you about scholarship for 1 whole year. How much will you pay? 200 naira. Watch my strategy. There was
Yeah. At back of Old Park. It used to be behind Old Park then.
down, around that side, yes.
As if you are going to Hostel B.
Correct. I think maybe you, yeah. So that SLNG guys, you already photo 100. for that service.
Mm.
So I came with a
You crashed it.
200 naira. It was a cash price, 200 naira for 1 year for SMS alert for scholarships.
Mm.
So, brother, first day I went out, I came back, I made 8,000 naira from that
500 naira.
first day. My last money,
Mm.
the following day, I went out again, I made 4K. Imagine a poor boy with 500 naira. The next day, he's like
12,000
12,000 naira
naira
richer.
liter.
I was feeling,
Please,
I already calculated my profit. SMS, 4 naira.
please hold it there. Hold it there. I don't want you to lose it because this is
Okay,
absolutely
okay.
mind blowing. And I want everybody that is following. This is not a see why we are having. That's why I was shouting on our platform for people to make sure they were on this live class because it was not just a live class where somebody. I just want something to jump out of somebody tonight. You read a book that said,
Correct.
"Go out there. You can meet your helper." You took action. You went to
Correct.
Futo without knowing exactly what you're even going to do there. You just want to go and check out something. And that thing not
Correct.
validated itself that you met somebody on your way to where you were going. That's one. The second thing is that you got to a point where you had the last card. If you eat it, you'll be broke. If you go back home, you will still be broke because maybe when you are coming back,
You can't go, you can't get home.
even if it gets you home, you can't guarantee coming back again. Then you started thinking that
Correct.
how can I grow this small money in my hand instead of eating it? And an idea came. It means that sometimes when we complain that our situation is terrible, all the money we would have ever needed is in the hand of somebody. You just have to
Correct.
find a way to create something that you can give that person as an exchange and collect the money. That was exactly what you did. Why some people would have sat down
Correct.
to be
Correct.
complaining, you chose to take this action and it became
Correct.
what it is today. What happened after this time,
And
sir?
it happened. See, what I want to tell you is this for everyone who is listening and who is watching. Your business can come from 4 places. One is your house. That is something you already have. Your house. Something is already available for you in your house. That is what you already have. Either your parents or something that came with you by nature. Number two is your hand. Your hand is something that your hand can do. Maybe someone is good in cooking, business can come out of it. Number
Please, we
three
didn't get
is your
number two.
heart.
What's number
Number
two?
three is your heart,
Number
something
two,
you're
is it
passionate
hand?
about. Number one is your
Okay.
hand, yes, your hand. Something you are skilled with. Naturally, it comes to you by nature. Like, some people, their legs can swing and they who just with their hands they can draw. There are those with their hands. It talks about skill. Maybe an opportunity that your father is already doing something and they bring you on board.
Yeah, yeah. That's your hand.
Something comes to you naturally. Number three is your heart. That's your passion.
Hmm.
Something that your heart goes out for. Many of us, we want to see this kind of change happen. We want to see people get better. Want to, like for me, one of my first businesses was teaching and training. I love teaching, so it's a hard stuff. Even if you're not paying me, I can show up and teach. It's a hard stuff, and business can come out of it. Then number three is your head. Your head is
Hmm.
where ideas come from. You can sit down and brainstorm it. You can
Boy,
sit
this
down
is
and
mind
brainstorm it.
blowing, man. Guys, I will title it the
So
4H of finding your business. 4H for
correct,
finding your business. 4H for finding your business. Your house, your hand, your heart, and your head. Mind blowing. Please proceed,
correct,
sir.
correct. So you're asking me how we were able to move. I mentioned this because one,
Yeah, yeah.
Understand there are things I have done. When people see people succeeding, they need to go back and check their credentials. The reason why you are given admission to study a course is they check your credentials to know if you qualify for the next one. I don't know if you get my point.
Exactly.
But most people want to jump on some stuff, not knowing where the people who they are looking up to or who they are saying they are doing amazingly well are coming from. So I started doing bulk SMS business before that scholarship business, right? It was the
Mm-hmm.
knowledge of the bulk SMS that enabled the new idea, and that's
Yeah.
why some of the skills you are gathering now can be an enabling skill for the big thing that
For
you're
the
gonna do.
next big thing you're about to do.
That's what it is. You know, you know, I have mentioned to you that I don't know if I've told you, Mr. Odo, about a seminar I went for,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Have I mentioned that to you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I was
Yeah.
even going to
Those
come
are
there.
like some
Yeah.
of the okay. Those are like some of the things because that was where I learned about bulk SMS.
In that
So
particular
sometimes you show up
seminar.
for an event, correct? You show up for an event, and one session of the event becomes the life-changing thing that you wanted all your life.
Mm.
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
Kai.
So what happened is that after after I started the scholarship stuff, watch how the business moved. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. Can you still hear me, please? If you
I'm
can,
hearing
if you
you.
can hear me, please, I need to see the comment section. I need to see the comment section.
Yes.
Okay.
If you can hear, please
And I
comment.
want to be sure people are learning stuff. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
be sure that
yeah.
people are learning stuff. If you're learning stuff, please show
You
that
can see
on the
the
comment
comment from
section.
your you
See
can see the
yes,
comment from your
this
end,
is me.
right?
This is mind blowing.
You can see the comment from your end, right?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I can see it now. Yes, I can see it now. Thank you so much. Is that okay? Thank you. What I want to say is that while I started that scholarship information business, that's one. Then while so I wanted to close. No, doing the scholarship information business, I didn't have a laptop in the beginning,
Mm.
so I didn't have an office. So that excess place you came to was when we had grown
Yeah, 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 yeah.
to do the. I didn't have a laptop. The person who you send information about scholarship, we want to apply for the scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
So what did I do? I now had to upsell to them.
Mm. Tap
Have
from
the
the
scholarship,
same value
right?
chain.
Correct. Correct. When you get information about the scholarship, I now present to you that you can also apply for the scholarship with me. Although
Kai.
I didn't have a laptop, I didn't know all the things I was doing. Now today I now know that this is upselling. Now today I know that what I
Yeah.
did was collaboration. I don't know if you get my point. What did I
Very
do?
well.
When the scholarship comes out, maybe total energy scholarship, I print out the form from online and I go to the lecture halls and tell the students you can apply for the scholarship for 500 naira only. So the students collect the form, pay me 500 naira, give me their form, give me their documents. I will carry my documents. I met my friend Martin Okimundus. He was the only guy that had a laptop in my department as at that time. That was in our year one, year two, first semester. So
And all and all of you are studying information technology.
yeah, watch this. Oh, watch this. This whole scholarship information stuff started after I had applied for about 10
for
scholarships
your
in
for
my
your
year
own
one.
self.
I was for my own self. So I had experience about the scholarship applications. Do you write about 6 exams? I wrote 6 scholarship exams with all my juniors. I did teach people who I didn't get anyone. So the idea of that information became a business. In my failure of getting, I should have actually given up on anything called scholarship.
Yeah.
But even in the midst of the failure, an idea, a business came out of it. And that's what I can tell anybody here. In the midst of your challenge, an opportunity.
Something.
If you flip it, opportunity shows up for you. Having failed in 6 scholarship exams, you know what that means? It means I wrote more than 2 exams per semester and I didn't get anyone. So by year 2, I started informing the students about the scholarships, right? So Martin, my friend, I collect the scholarship forms, 500 naira. I pay Martin 300 and collect 200. So Martin was the guy doing the scholarship application for the people
With his laptop.
with his laptop. Yes. So watch what happened. As business started going well, I bought my first laptop. So see how I got my first laptop. While I was helping the students scholarships, I applied for MTN Foundation Scholarship in my year 2 first semester. My result was wonderful. Over three, I had one of the best results in my class. I think I was the best in my first year in year 1. I had 4 point something in my class, right? Result was wonderful, right? So I got I applied for MTN scholarship. Fortunately for me, in my year 2 first semester, I got the MTN Foundation scholarship. That was where, if you have heard people talk about a quote I mention always, the bringer of sunshine cannot work in darkness.
Yeah, that was where that thing came from.
That is that's the origin of that statement. Because I noticed that while I was applying all by myself, I wasn't getting. But when I started helping people get a scholarship, I got my own. As
Kai.
such, the bringer of sunshine cannot work in darkness.
Guys,
That
guys,
was what
guys,
that was
guys,
the
guys,
origin of
man.
that conversation.
See, tonight is I'm gonna come back to this session myself to watch it. See, sorry, sir, for interrupting you. There are sometimes this thing sounds motivational, but it is experiential. That's why it sounds like this. Because somebody has applied for 6 scholarship, written 6 scholarship exam, and you know that you are not getting it is not that something is wrong with your brain. After all, you have been teaching jump and everything, and then you didn't get it, and you decided to say, how can somebody that didn't get it want to help others to get it? That's enough daring on its own.
I'm
And
telling you,
then you succeeded in doing that, and then it returned back to you. That's mind blowing. The bringer of sunshine cannot walk in darkness. That should be Ajay Excel 20 what?
not at all.
That should be 2014 or 20
That was that should be,
or 2013.
as I'm telling you, that was around 2014, 2013,
Now
2014.
let me take you a step further before I come back. That was not your first
Okay.
quote that I know. I knew that quote even when I've come to meet you. Your first quote that I came in contact with was when you say, I do not need to be a master holder. What I need to do is to master the holders and master. I don't know how you put that thing. Can you still remember it?
That was after that one came after this one. That was a later quote. I don't develop plenty quotes. So I said I don't need a master's degree. All I need is to master that which master degree holders seek. And you know what that thing is?
See, I want this conversation to be very much sequential, right? And so that people can flow with
Okay.
the thought pattern. Now he said, I don't need a master degree. All I need is to master what the holders. Don't worry, I'll come back to that. Maybe he's one of those ones who will frame and go and put it in all the maybe. I read a book that I think that was my first ever business book. It's called The Personal MBA by Josh Kaufman. And one of the things that man was
Okay.
saying is that you can become a self-trained MBA holder if you want
Correct.
in that business.
Correct.
So let me come up a bit. I think that season. Now, We came out after school. I don't know the year. You started a company called Silicon Africa Technology. When I was considering the name of that company, for God's sake, all of us came out of school now. We used a name that is a little bit okay. At least people hear it, they will say okay. You, Aja Excel, you decided to use a name that is an equivalence of what happens in California at Silicon Valley. Because the first time I started hearing about silicon was Silicon Valley, which is the incubation hub for all business ideas across the world. Where did that inspiration for Silicon Africa technology come from?
Okay, I'll tell you one of the things I do as a business person, right? Most of the things I do, which you have seen, they don't much. I'm certain that if if you have followed the things I've been involved in, they come up top notch. They come up excellent. What do I do? When I want to begin any stuff, I peg myself against a global standard.
You pair yourself against global standard.
That's what I do. I peg myself against a global standard. So who is the biggest guy in the globe? Who is doing the biggest? Who is doing the best? Who is number one? When we talk about SM First stage, if you come to SM First and see the stage was not something we saw in maybe in Aba, in Owerri. We look for global conferences that match global standard, where people pay $1,000 to be in. How is their stage arranged? If I want to develop a product, I want to look for the guys who have made multiple millions of dollars in that business, right? And I want to
Sorry,
peg
sir.
my
Sorry.
design.
Let me hold you. I want guys. Are you following this conversation? That means when Aja wanted to start Silicon Africa Technology, his orientation was not to start a business that will put food on his table.
Not at
His
all.
orientation was to start a business that can compete globally at time T and provide, if not parallel or similar services that, because when I'm looking at Silicon Africa technology, I'm seeing something like Google. It is. I don't know why that I'm just seeing it like that because you have Pika. Wait, let me mention all your products as Silicon Africa Technology. Some people may not know. You have Pika, you have International, and Pika. You were the first person to develop such platform. I never saw any platform that was like that in Nigeria before you developed it. You have Librancy. I know Librancy was there at the point. There is Kiki.com, which replaced World Scholarship Forum. And then there is Discourse. All these are products of Silicon Africa technology. Why? Waiting happen.
The, my team, I think it might be in one of my archives. My team, we sat down and we drew Google Map. Alphabet was on top.
Wow.
Then there is Google Doc, there is Google, there is a lot of products on the Google suite under Alphabet. So while Alphabet is up there, we drew our own Silicon Africa up there. Started drawing down our products. So there are products that has not been bettered yet, but the ideas have been
Bettered long
incubating.
ago.
And that is how these big brands, yeah, so that is what it is. Maybe tomorrow you hear we are working on something else, is because we have already mapped out the products, match it against what we wanted to do is how does Google develop their products? Because of that, Google develops their products in a way that they don't need to interface with you to do their business. So you are using. Is it true? So when you see us develop products that we develop and it is for users to use, you don't need to know us to use it. That is the way Google develops their product. If you check all Google suites, most of their product, their Google Map, Google Doc, Google Sheet, whatever it is that they own, YouTube, you don't have to know anybody, call anybody on phone to use them.
Use it.
That was how we pegged our platform. to create products in that same manner. So when we're going to build our products, we're asking ourselves, hope nobody's going to be calling us on phone to be able to use our product. I don't know if you understand. That also tells you about what I mean by pegging the products we develop against global brands. And one thing I have known is that both the name, the branding, the structure goes in that manner.
In sorry, sir, I'm coming back to you. Everybody listening, I believe one of our mentors, Mr. Ogo, says that the proof of learning is improved outcome. That's your
Correct.
business now, irrespective of how small it is. Let's assume you are a caterer. Who is your global standard? Let's assume you are a
Correct.
barber.
That is the question.
Who is your global standard? Are you a coach like me? Who is your global standard?
Correct.
It is important we
So
continue
watch
to
so
think
watch
this way. Go ahead, sir.
so watch this, right? So watch this. The idea, often the things people do are sponsored by philosophies.
Mm.
So the things people do are sponsored by what they have accepted as the way to do things. So for me, I say, if I peg myself against a global standard, by the time I am done, I would have become a national champion, at least if nothing happens. If I know, even if I didn't do so well at the global level, I would have overcome national mediocrity.
Kai,
Do you understand?
my God.
So that is why some of the things we do, it just give it a little time, and it begins to have national
Recognitions.
celebration, because you have put it at the global level.
Kai,
So by
my
the time
God.
you are done, at least you already a champion at the national level. Does it make sense? But if you
I
begin
get
from,
it.
so that is what it is, and that is
Mm.
the idea behind pegging the brands or whatever I do against a global platform, so that by the time you're done, at least that was the minimum, you would have been in the records of top national products or brands in that area
Or the continent. More like
or
if
the
you
continent.
target the moon, you may shoot the stars.
Correct.
Imagine if you don't
Correct.
target the
That
moon at all. Is
is the idea that sponsors this particular quote. Say, shoot for the moon. Even if you don't get there, you land among the stars.
mm,
That quote has been in my head way back. And each time, and that's why I'm saying this. The thing that sponsors your results is your credentials. Where are you coming from? What is your process like?
mm.
If you have a strong process, your results will be showing up. When I do events and there is a shutdown, people come and be like, Excel, how did you start SM first? The first year it's ticketed, yet there was no space. I said, no, it's not to event. I actually shut down Hall of Mercy. I planned an event that the Hall of Mercy was full. People were on the window. It's not today. I put up a class while I was in school. The classroom, 6 o'clock in the morning. My classes, my tutorials in photo, 6 a.m. There is no space. I don't do normal. Maybe let the students come out. You get my point. So these are like the things. What you have done before gives you the credential to attempt new things.
Now,
I don't know if that makes sense.
let me draw two things. Guys, I hope we are following. If your motivation for business is hunger, you will not last long. It's just
Correct.
simple. If your motivation for business is
Correct.
to pay your children's school fees and build one bungalow in your village and maybe collect a chieftaincy title, you will not last long. And it will also affect how you do your business. Very important.
True.
Now, let me bring you something. I know you built World Scholarship Forum to a very great level. In fact, as at 2016, I met one who was your level mate during when you guys were in school. And I know that when you guys graduated, somebody hosted a program which you were participants. And the title of that program is After Graduation, What Next? And you were supposed to be there as one of the people that just recently graduated. Sorry, I'm going to mention a figure now that I hope, and I'm going to use it to draw a comparison. So the guy told me, you didn't tell me this one, so I will say it because it's not you that told me. So it's not like I'm leaking your secret. so, so the guy told me and said that after that he was the convener and you came just as group persons to do that thing, and he told me that after that session, that Excel showed them something where he mentioned he showed them, I think it was the ranking for that website as at that time, which was World Scholarship Forum. That website as at that time was rated or ranked almost $1 million. And that after he finished, he now came back and said, what is he actually doing with his life? Is it not the same school he went to that that Excel went to? That's one. But I was so surprised. I think it was something last year or last 2 years when I was having a conversation with you, and you told me that was scholarship forum. You are trying to migrate it or do, I don't know the terminology you use, to build Kiki.com. After you have built that company to that level, please, what gave you such temerity and audacity to take such level of decision? How were you able to sleep when you are taking this type of decision?
Often, um, when I want to take a decision on business, I calculate, check out to see all of that. What happened is that actually wanted to peg the brand against another global brand. There's this brand
That
called
same philosophy again. That same philosophy
Correct,
again.
correct. Yeah, that is what it is. This brand is called hi, the name again, but they are the ones that have people.com. They own people.com. They own like they have a number of websites. They have liquor.com. They own uh, I think they're the ones that own Healthline, and there's another health-based platform that they own.
Mm-hmm.
They used to have a platform together with all of those brands in it, right? So, and the platform was one of the biggest content platform globally. So we wanted to replicate what they have
What an audacity, for
with
God's
our
sake.
brand.
Hey, hey. Go ahead, sir. I'm
So
with you.
that was the idea. So when I looked at their numbers and what they were doing, we said we're gonna do that. So we started looking for a premium domain that could help us get that done. That was when I bought I bought the Kiki as a premium domain to redirect what scholarship forum to have those kind of stuff inside of it.
Yeah.
That was what led to that decision.
Okay, so
So the same ideology
because as at that
is what
time,
led to
yeah,
that.
what scholarship forum could not accommodate the variety of what that pegging.
Accommodate the other kind of correct.
But that was not an easy decision.
It wasn't it wasn't easy at all. It wasn't easy at all. Not at all. It wasn't easy.
Now let me
But I had to do that.
think. I think sometimes when the philosophy that is pushing you is stronger than even the result you are getting, you will do more crazy things. Now let me come back to a bigger one. SM first. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Now you started something again that is audacious. Nobody has done it. Maybe some people tried and failed. Maybe you will tell us. You started
I didn't get that.
building.
Come again, please.
Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. Yes.
I said again. This whole Kiki and what scholarship forum. People are not aware of it. After this same audacious move, and I know it cost you a whole lot. You lost a lot of money. What you were supposed to be earned, a lot of things went into it. You started another audacious move, and this time around, You
Okay.
wanted to do something that no Africa has been successful at doing it. You wanted to build a social media platform that is African oriented. You started Discourse. I know that Facebook, from the little research I did about 7 years pre-revenue. This course is about a year plus or going to 2 years now, right?
Yes.
And this is also 2 years pre-revenue. So
Yeah.
replicating, sorry for that. I don't know whether you want to replicate Facebook now. How are you able to conceive this idea of building a social media platform that is African based and African owned? How? And are you not afraid of entering such delicate industry that requires a whole lot to pull through?
The thing is, as a matter of fact, the Discourse project is like 1 year plus a number of months now of coding, putting energy, resources, and all of that, paying developers, you know, philosophy too about business, so that everybody here will get it. What is that philosophy and what is the ideology? The philosophy is that I wouldn't say a business is not successful until I have done it for 3 years.
Hmm. Hmm. Guys, write this
So
down.
when I would say, oh, it is not working, is when I have done this for 3 years, and at the end of the 3 years, getting to the fourth year, there's still nothing promising about it. I cannot say, okay, okay, let's leave it. But I've tried years of investment and working on this will certainly at a time begin to yield the result. Even if it's not making the profit, it will begin to show you the promise.
Even
Even if
if
it's
it's
not
not
yielding the
making the
profit, it will
profit,
begin to
it
show you
will
the
show you the
promise.
promise. I got
Yes,
that.
of course.
I
So,
got that.
as a matter of fact, it's just in the first year, and this is the second year we are on. It is people outside that are thinking that, oh, is it not taking too long? Is it not? Maybe is it a failed project? No, 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 no. That is not for me because, and that is why people will not be pitying you, whereas you are motivated, you are inspired, right? People think, how is he able to continue in the midst of the challenges? They are seeing the difficulty, you are still seeing the opportunity of 2 more years. And one thing about achieving your goal is if you give your goal time, if you give your goal time to be able to achieve, right, it will give you the capacity to think and think very well and be able to iterate, be able to change things to see what works out for you. So for me, 3 years. So what we are doing now, we are asking, am I not scared? The things I have done in the past serve as my credentials for this I'm doing right now. Having built things from nothing to something is what gives me the capacities, what gives me the go ahead. See, if you're able to do this here, I know you can do it here. I don't know if you get the point now.
Very
So
well,
that
loud
is
and
what
clear.
sponsors the ideology of getting into big stuff and getting it done. At the time, I believe so strongly that one of the best ways to get anything done, to learn how to swim, is to get into the river and swim. I have a quote that says the way to do things is,
Mm,
I don't know if you get my
mm,
point. So these are like some of the things that power the mind that gets these things done. So if
mm.
at every point in time, I'm certain that whatever it is I'm involved in, yeah, no matter how big it is the word I see in a possibility. For me, I'm seeing it as done. Like this morning, I was addressing my team. I say, even if you know, even if your belief is not strong, mine will cover up for you.
Kai, leadership, my
You
God.
get the point? So I was telling them, I say, even if you don't, even if your belief is not so strong, the one I have is enough to cover up. Don't worry. Do your part.
Mm.
And that's what it is.
Now,
And that is what it is.
Discourse app is up and running, right?
Correct.
That means we can get it both on Play Store and App Store.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so guys, I'm on Discourse already. I'm just asking him so that he will say with his mouth. Discourse has a lot of features. You can upvote a content, you can downvote a content. Most content that have
Yes.
long major down votes, the system has a way of filtering it out. It's easy now that if you see a content that violates the community rule, all you need to do is just to downvote it. When that content has many downvotes, you can take it away. And
And
let
it's
me share a secret. Maybe you should share it. Sir,
correct.
is there a possibility for us to
Okay.
also, because some of us who can make money on Facebook as a result of monetization, is there a possibility for monetization on Discourse?
So our discourse monetization is pegged against Google monetization strategy.
Wow,
Yes.
wow,
The way Google rewards those who write blogs on their blogging content or are bloggers, that's how we're rewarding people who use discourse by the time we have the numbers. Do you get? So
wow.
your written content to be monetized, not just your video content.
Oh,
Impressions, if ads show on your content, you get money, it will be monetized.
that means
So
we all don't need just to go crazy and do stupid things to get monetized.
not at all. We are sponsoring intelligent conversation, and discourse is community based.
Yeah,
Is a community based platform. So it's more of intelligent conversations, and it's based on discussions, as the name implies. I don't know if you get the point.
yeah.
So at
Now,
the time, your written content will have ads on them and revenue sharing. We already coded. Currently, our team is coding the post sponsorship as a part of the platform. Users will get the revenue shares on the platform. So
so
it's a matter of
you
time.
can also confirm that all those features that I can say Discourse has, what Discourse, if you match Discourse and Facebook or anything, what Facebook has that Discord does not have at this time is just popularity. But as long as user
It's just
interface,
popularity.
as long as user interface and user experience, I feel better going on Discord platform than going on Facebook. Are you trying to tell me that
Currently, right?
this whole coding process, building this whole infrastructure is done by Africans? Like this work is not contracted to
That's
people in abroad.
not not at all. My team, you saw the boot camp we went for a 10 days boot camp. That was where we brainstormed. I have a UI UX designer who designed the interface, back end engineers, front end engineers, mobile app developers who I'm working with. Currently, team working on Discourse. Okay, that's just the Discourse team, a team of 13 working on Discourse. So
Okay.
it's fully developed by Africans for Africans.
Guys, let's make a shout out for this guy, I beg. Let's make a shout out for him. Guys, let's come on the comment section, make a shout out. This is see what you are building, what you are doing with Silicon Africa technology. Like I tell people, is that I know that Steve Jobs started something before he died. Apple did not become a unicorn before Steve died. Apple became a unicorn long after Steve has died. What you are doing is a transgenerational stuff. I don't think that when you are doing all these things, you are not just thinking of your generation. You are thinking of making a global statement, and is mind blowing. Just as we were talking now, I was asking myself again, Udo, who is on the global stage that you are pegging with yourself with? And thank God I have a name that I'm saying in the social number of years. This is the way this guy does his things, this and this and that. Mr. Jai said, this has been crazy and wonderful. I want to ask you something, and I want you to be
Okay.
very sincere with me. There are many people here that
Okay.
maybe their destinies will be dependent on you, on what you are going to say this night, right? Share one of, in this your more than a decade of entrepreneurial journey, share one time that you nearly gave up, that you wanted to do something, it failed, it hurt you so badly. How did you come out of it?
Okay, everyone here, I want to share. Um, I've tried a number of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I registered. The first time I ever had a digital product attached to my name was when I registered a website called totalbucksms.com.
Mm.
Nobody heard about that. What happened? I was still I was about getting into photo, right? Okay, I already was in year one in photo when I attempted registering that. I met this man who gave me money to help publish my second book. That my second book was about Jam and YX secrets for jam people, because I wrote a book called Jam and YX secrets. And that was also one of my first websites, jamandysecrets.blogspot.com, when it was Blogspot. If you go there, you can still see it now. I was writing one or two things in 2012, 2011, 2012. So this man, I used to publish that book. I sold the book and returned his money. Okay.
Mm.
So the man said, since you know about bulk SMS, let me help you and develop a bulk SMS platform. So he has these guys that help him develop that kind of business. So I went and searched for a domain. I bought that domain, totalbulksms.com. By now, that domain would have been one of the best bulk SMS websites in Africa. So how much was I paying him? The total price of that website was 30,000. So and I could pay him 6,000 every month. And for 30,000 means for 5 months, right? So I paid the first 6,000, second 6,000, third 6,000, then the fourth 6,000. I couldn't get the next 6,000 to pay. They showed me the completed website, totalbulksms.com, for me to now pay the last 6K so that they will transfer the login and everything to me. I didn't get that money. And that was how that business went. Do you know what it means? It was
Kai,
the money I was getting from teaching, hustling, like
you carry everything put
selling
there.
some of my books. That was what I was bringing to see if I can start that business. And I didn't have the 6K. And then, and again, is that the circle of people that I had, the level of success and exposure you have also decide the people that will be in your circle.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't have anybody to ask for that kind of money. That was a lot of money. That was the first business I did that failed. Then number two was when I started my blog. The first blog I started, jumpandwiresport.com. Within few days of starting that blog, Google shut down my account. That maybe I was cybersporting. I didn't even know what was cybersporting. Cybersporting means you collect a name of a popular brand and you want to sell it to them later tomorrow at a very higher price. But that wasn't what it is. I was a Jam tutorial master, so I created a website called Jam and YX Secret. So they felt I bought Jam.
Yeah.
So, and this was the first website I created after I went for that seminar I mentioned to you, where I paid 5K. So after like some weeks, I was already getting some euros as when blogging was paying very well. I was getting something, they closed the account. That was also what led me to start blogging in photo. Because one day, while we were in class, I saw my friend Martin Mundus with a check of 89 euros when we were still in either year one, year two. He already had a blog. And I was like, how did you? And I saw that it was Google that paid him. They sent him the check. I asked him, how did you get this? He said he's a blogger. I say, blogger? I said, I be blogger now. But when Google closed down my account, I gave up. I gave up my brother. I gave up.
So you actually gave up.
€9
You
with,
actually gave up on the blogging thing after that first incident.
yeah, I left the blogging stuff. It was 2 years that I met Martin, and I saw that check with him. And I was like, I be blogger now. I paid money to go and learn blogging one time. That was how the spirit came back again. And that's what I want to say to us. Some of the things you're learning today might not immediately pay back now.
Yeah, it may not be
It might take 2
beneficial
years to
now.
make much more meaning. It will take 2 years, 3 years to make more meaning. When I went for that seminar, I paid 5K. My salary was 8,000. I paid 5,000 for the seminar. Right?
Hi.
We're more than 120 who they told about the seminar in the conference I went for. They said we are going to have a master class. Only 2 of us came for the master class.
After the whole 120 people that came for that stuff.
Yes. Would you know what it means to pay 5K for
sorry,
a class as far
sorry,
back as?
I want to draw an attention here. You did not go for that master class, pay extra 5K because you had all the money. Your monthly salary was 8,000 naira at that time as a teacher in a school.
8K.
And you took
Correct.
5,000 naira out of 8,000 naira. Guys, do the mathematics. That's more than 70%. How you will go? You are going to transport yourself to school. You are going to eat. You are going to do a lot of things, and you are dependent on 3,000 naira. But you were able to sacrifice 5,000 naira out of 8,000 naira to go for a conference, and that's where this
I'm
whole
telling you.
blogging thing started.
That was the first time. And I was not a student here to see here.
Kai.
You know, Kai. after after 4 hours, while I was going home, I was confused. I say, how? After I worked for 30 days, I spent
That's
5K
what
for
is
4
called
hours.
bias remorse.
I was thinking, I was feeling that somebody had played with my brain. But brother, whatever it is I am doing now,
Yeah.
space was a function of that seminar. Because if I'm doing a discourse, if I'm doing anything, SM First, by the time I started SM First, I had like 37 staff.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware of that.
Who were employed because of blogging. They were content creators. So that 5K, sometimes the Bible says, whatever you sow, you shall reap.
Kai.
It's not wherever you sow. You
Yeah.
can sow here and reap there.
I learned that thing from you.
As a matter of fact, correct. As a matter of fact, that 5,000 as at that time is like 5 million now for me. It's like 500.
Kai.
So when we put
My
out
God.
events and say people attend an event, pay some money, somebody will say something that may not mean a lot to you now, but it will be a life changer for you tomorrow. The experience, information can be a guide. It can be, and most times, right, we forget where we found our first light. That was where I picked up the first light today. It was that seminar that man talked about how you can make money on your phone that led me to apply. I was looking for petrochemical engineering in Futo. But after I went for that seminar, why did I choose petrochemical? In case petrol failed, chemical would not fail. But after that seminar, the man mentioned that you can make money on your phone. And I started looking for a course that can help me achieve that. That was when I heard about a course in Futo. My brother who was in Futo said there is a course that is hot now. It's called IMT. That was how I applied for IMT, to study IMT. I never knew about it before. That's what such conferences can do. So sometimes when I see people who say, maybe this program that you had now, people are saying, I beg, wait till they go learn there. What are they going to tell us? There is
Yeah.
something you're going to pick up that will change your life forever. I'm certain about that.
Fantastic. I remember also that there was a time you packaged a very big envelope to go and give to the man who
Of course.
inducted you into that. So now there's a categorical statement you made, and I heard it first from you, and that Bible passage was a beautiful one for me, and I want to rephrase it because you said it. He said, "Whatever you sow, you will reap, not wherever you sow." Some of us are working
Correct.
in companies today, but why we are working there is the seed we sowed when we were in school. So you sowed that seed as a
Correct.
student, and you are reaping in a company. And you will also be ahead of another company in the future, but the seed, you are sowing it in your current company where you are just maybe an entryman or an intern. So wherever you find yourself at any time, don't compromise on your
Give
work.
your best.
Give your best.
Don't compromise. Give
Give
your
your
best.
best. Now let me come. Sorry, I know I'm taking your. I'm not supposed to take it like
Go
this.
ahead.
Let's
Go ahead.
reluctantly come to start wrapping up. Aja Excel in 2016, you caused an internet wahala. You got married. You finished school in 2016. I think in that same 2016, was it 2016 or 2017? You told your
2017.
classmates when you were in school that you are going to get married immediately you graduate. See,
Yes.
in fact, let me bring it this way. You finish school and then the next year, as a core member, you got married as a core member. Am I right? Both you and your wife, both of you were core members.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
know that
Yes.
a whole lot
Yes.
of
Yes. Yes.
blogging sites in Nigeria carried that blog that time. And then there's some
Correct.
statement you made. I was a co-teacher with you in one program last year. There was one statement to make. He said, whenever you have grown to responsibility, whenever you have grown up or something, chase a woman. So how did you, at that point, when coppers are thinking, let them serve? Although I know that time your business has been taking shape, you just got married. Okay, let me put the question like this: when do you think is ripe for a young man to get married or a young woman?
Okay.
And sorry,
For that question.
to put it in the other
Okay.
way, do you think marriage? Sorry, sorry, I know this is not supposed to be the area of our conversation. Do you think marriage also influences who you become, either in business or in your life, on the long run?
Okay. You mentioned that I told my classmates when I was going to get married in 2015. While when I was still in, okay, we just left third year and entered fourth year in 2015. So we were talking. I told my guys I was going to get married in 2017. Jokingly, one of my friend Obiola wrote it on Facebook. Ajax said
So he
2017. That was in
announced it for
2015.
you.
He wrote it on Facebook. Ajax said 2017. And it was a shocker to them. That is one thing I say. When you put a date and a deadline to anything, force is bigger than you going to action.
Kai, guys, write it down. Please repeat it, sir.
Do you understand my point? So when you put a date to anything you want to achieve, forces bigger than you go into action. Nature tries to echo your song for you. That's what happens. So, and I have used that as a model to get things done. I mentioned to you in 2017, I wrote down and said tenancy ends in 2019. People started writing and making a number of comments. In 2019, that was the first time, and it happened like that. My 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 last rent was supposed to be in 2019, but because of COVID, I paid my last rent in 2020. So I don't think if I mentioned that to you.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, if you put a date and a deadline, strong forces you will swing into action
Kai.
to help you achieve your utmost desire.
Mm.
That's what it is.
Mm.
That has been a strategy for me. So if I want to get anything done, I announce a date.
Mm.
Do you know that the day in 2015, I wrote a letter to my future wife and said to her, I don't know who it is then, and said to her, say, I don't have gold or silver. I may not be rich, but whatever I propose to you with is okay. But then on the 10th anniversary, you will choose at least 25.
Kai, boy.
On the 25th anniversary, you will choose the best of diamonds. My brother, on the day I went for my wife's introduction and everything, I came back home. It was around 7 p.m. Facebook gave me a memory, and it was the exact date I wrote that in 2 years ago.
And you had forgotten it, oh. My God.
I had forgotten it. I came back home, and it was the exact date I wrote that. As a matter of fact, I put date to things, and I'm very certain.
Young man,
Forces, you see a lot
young
of things
woman
working together.
listening. Can you write a letter to your future spouse? Yes. Okechukwu Nena said, my God. That's the expression that is supposed, that's the expression. It's supposed to be my God. Can you write a letter to your future spouse? Can you write it and document it? Okay, let me remove your spouse. Can you write a letter to your future self and document it today? This is the mind of an entrepreneur. Okay, let's answer the last one. I said, when do you think?
Before you go there, I was talking to my wife yesterday. I was telling her that I can remember in 2015 where I said it was online. Just that's why one of the painful things I have about my lost account is that my prophecies are all documented there.
Yeah.
These are prophecies that as they are occurring, you're seeing them. I told my wife that I said in 2015 I said I will be on this internet, or 2014, until I become a voice that will be respected, and it is coming already.
Kai.
That
Now
was
you are
way
not
back
just
2015.
now you are not just on the internet. You are building fractions of that internet.
Correct.
Okay, so wrap up.
Correct.
When should a
So
young man or a young woman?
your,
When should
to
a
your
young man
question,
or young woman get married? When?
I won't say there is a time, but like what the quote you mentioned, I said when you are responsible, pursue a woman as a man.
Let's repeat it again.
So I say when you are responsible, pursue a woman as a man. Watch it. Keywords. Watch the keywords. When you are is a condition. When you are responsible, pursue
Woman.
a
Responsible,
a
a
woman. I didn't say
woman.
pursue women.
Please drop your
So
question. Yes,
where
somebody's asking. Yes, please type your question. I'm going to take few of them. I already prepared Agile Excel. I'm
so
ready to keep him. I will pay for damages. I know it's not easy to get him for 2 hours, but I'm going to pay for damages. If I don't pay it with money, I will pay with relationship. I will pay with sacrifice. I want my people to get the best. Mawuli, I can get you. Thank you from Ghana. Yes, go ahead, sir, with your thoughts. If you have a question, drop it in the
so
comment section. I'll repeat. I will take it from there.
so when I say when you are responsible, pursue a woman in the sense that it has to be one woman,
One, yeah.
right?
One,
So
yes.
yes, where you are now going to be asking me, what do I mean by responsibility? The unit of measurement of responsibility of maturity. When you sorry, what I said is when you are mature. Sorry,
When
the
you are
quote, the
mature.
quote is when you are mature. pursue a woman.
Okay, when
Where
you
a
are
unit
mature.
of measurement of maturity, yes, where my measurement, the way I measure maturity is not by size, is not by beard, is not by bank account. The maturity is measured by tiny units called responsibilities.
Mm, Maturity is measured by
The
tiny units called responsibilities. Okay. Let me take questions from few. Oh, network is okay, it's back. Can you hear me, sir?
I don't know if you got that.
Oh, this network, it will not
Did,
work.
did,
It will
did we
not
shut
work.
down?
Okay, you can hear me, right? Okay, you went
Yes,
out
I
a
can
bit.
hear
So
you.
somebody asked a question. He said, putting dates to things. I do this as well. He said, but does that not put you under pressure to get things done sometimes? Okay, let's wait. Please. Okay, maturity is measured by tiny units called responsibility. Fantastic. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Did
you
you
now.
get the question I asked before you left?
No, I
Okay,
didn't get
someone
that,
is
please.
saying that when you put dates to your target or things you want to do, does it not put you under pressure, unnecessary pressure to accomplish that thing? Like, doesn't it put you under pressure? That's what she's saying.
Okay. Um, a dream without a date or a deadline is a wish.
Mm.
It is the date. It is the date and deadline that makes it a goal. So you can differentiate between a dream without a deadline is only a wish. But once a dream has a date and a deadline, it becomes a goal. I don't know if that makes
Loud
sense.
and clear, sir.
Then again, you are the one that will set your timeline,
Mm.
and you are the one that can adjust it. I decided I was going to marry in April 2017, but it happened in November 2017. If there was no date in 2017 at all, I'm not certain I'll be married by now. I've done 7 years already.
Mm.
Does
Bravo.
it make sense?
A lot of sense.
So, correct. So
Okay.
now, when you say, will you put pressure to you? It is the pressure of the deadline that makes you go out of your way to do the things you would have not done.
Yeah.
That is why you stay awake. That's why you brainstorm more. That's why you're looking for solutions, because something has to be done at a time. That's what brings out the best in you. Most of the times it's because of the time I want to get things done that makes me to go to research, look for who and who can partner and all of that. If you wait, one of the worst thing that happens to people is waiting till everything is perfect. For
And that
me,
time never
the way to
comes.
get things done, that time never comes. The way to get things done is by doing it. There is no other way.
The way to get things done is by
I
doing it
hope that answers
because
your
you are going to
question.
learn 1,000 things doing it than just not. Let me take this question. Early
Correct.
childhood is saying, how do I start from nothing? I think you have answered this one when you talked about the 4H of where you can find your business, your house, your hand, your heart, your head. Maybe you can watch it later. I want to take question that probably will now touch. Please, as a rising entrepreneur, how do I manage financial instability in running my business? Talking about not seeing profit yet, but okay, let me take that again. He said, please, sir,
Uh,
as a
are you there
rising
to drop my
entrepreneur,
right?
how do I manage financial instability in running my business? Talking about not seeing profit yet, but is promising.
Okay. As a matter of fact, before you begin a new business, make sure you have a source of income.
Yeah.
Very important. Some of us, it might be the things we've started that will give us that source of income. and some of us, it might be where we'll be working, a company we'll be working with. So if you want to start a business, work for a company, right, that will give you a source of income. And when you are working for that company, you have to work with all of your heart. With all of your heart. How do I mean so? I'm saying so because many of us, you think that is when you leave the company, you're not going to start your own Apple. Brother, it's not happening like that. You have to be an Apple kind of person in the place where you are already
Kai.
to be able to move and start an Apple kind of business.
That is powerful.
So many of us are saying, leave them now. You're doing, when I leave this company, I'll go and start my own. Whereas you're not giving your best in the place where you are.
Exactly. You are still going to replicate that thing in your own company.
Correct. That is what Mr. Ugo taught in his class. He said, the knowledge you are acquiring, the credentials you're taking by being a shabby person will become a shabby attitude, shabby knowledge, because you're not giving your best. You're working. The greatest place for training for the next level is the place where you're working. Because as you do shabby job, your brain records.
You are building shabby.
And when it's time to correct out that in your own company, you will do nothing less than the thing you already know and what you're going to have recorded. So many of us, we are in a company and we are saying, leave them now, let them be. We cannot help them and all of that. And you're not giving your best. You are shooting yourself in the leg. You are wasting your time. One of your greatest reward for, see, beyond money, I tell my team this all the time. Beyond money, the greatest thing you get from working with anybody is the knowledge you acquire. That knowledge you acquire is what will now make another bigger company.
Yeah.
People are in the company deceiving themselves. They're not working. They are not doing the stuff. The company that want to, you are dreaming to work in, maybe you're working at Silicon Africa now, and you're dreaming to work in Apple. I say, please dream very well. Dream very well to work in Apple. It is important to dream to work in Apple while you're working at Silicon Africa. Did you get my point, sir?
Exactly. And this thing you are seeing, why I'm telling people that this is not motivation, it's real, because I've seen many people who came to your company as novices. In fact, for God's sake, that you are building Discourse, a social media platform, and all the developers you are using, they are all indigenous developers. And I've seen people who came
These
to
are
your
developers who came, watch this. These developers talking about are those who came, like, they were literally not able to code stuff. We walked them through coding writers gig 3 times before they coded Pika. So they learned on the job.
And
So now
everybody that departed from you always went higher.
correct.
It
The
shows
bigger companies asking
it
them.
shows the kind of thing you were building in them and the kind of culture that you were building in them. Now, thank you for bringing Writers Gig to the. Is there some of people that are listening to us today, they are content creators. Can they sign up on Writers Gig and make money from wherever they are? Does it still offer that opportunity?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, currently Writers Gig has lots of writers. We have about 20 Writers Gig.
25,000.
We are currently, yes, we are currently working hard on getting content buyers. So marketing, we're tweaking the platform currently to ensure that there is enough buyers that will be able to patronize the writers on the platform. So a lot of engagements are not too much on it. But if anybody's on the platform, you can check out writersgig.com. It's a beautiful platform. You can sign up there.
Writersgig.com.
Yes, you can check out the platform. It's a powerful platform.
Yeah.
And you could actually sign up and
If you are not on Discourse,
the platform.
go and download the Discourse app. You will see it has a green icon. Yes, come see Anthony. The video I will send the replay link. Maybe I will charge 50,000 naira for it. But I think I will share the replay link. If you're not on Discourse, go to Apple Store or Play Store and download it. It has a green icon. If you are still here, please ensure also that you have subscribed to this YouTube channel that is bringing you this massive value,
Correct.
both to that
Very
of Mr.
important.
Excel and the Sales Guru account. Now, Mr. Excel, your parting words. Okay, somebody has a question before I let you go, sir, please. Saja Excel, were you
Okay.
not afraid of were you not afraid of falling at any point while starting? How can young entrepreneurs deal with fear?
Okay, as I said, young entrepreneurs will deal with fear by one, acquiring knowledge. Fear runs in the face of knowledge.
Mm.
Fear runs in the face of knowledge. How do I
Fear
know so?
runs away the face of knowledge.
How do I know
I
so?
got that.
How do I know so? If you get into a dark room, there is ignorance. Fear creeps in. A cloth might be hanging somewhere, and the shape on the wall is making you afraid. But once knowledge measured by a quantity called light, once light is introduced to that same room, where the shadow of a cloth is making a grown-up man afraid, once knowledge is introduced, his confidence
And that
rises.
fear dissipates.
Fear disappears immediately.
Mm.
So what you need is knowledge. Knowledge
Absolutely.
can be gotten in books, it can be gotten in seminars, it can be gotten in mentorships, it can be gotten in programs like this. By knowing that someone has gone ahead and his story, it can give you the capacity to face the fear
Mm.
of starting out.
Absolutely.
Hope that helps the person
Thank you,
who
sir. Your
asked the question.
closing remarks, please. Let me reluctantly release
Close.
you. Okay, wait, before you say,
Okay. Oh,
are you guys suggesting that I bring Mr. Excel back again? Maybe he will come and talk only on finance, something on finance. Guys, are you guys suggesting that I want to get like 10 to 20 comments. Should I bring him back again? There's something he needs to teach us on finance or maybe something. Okay, let those in favor say aye. Some people say I should bring you back. So, Mr. Sir, we are applying ahead of time, and I'll still come back to you to say, please come back again. That time we may focus on something about finance or growth mindset. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, the eyes have it. It's sealed. Mr. Sir, please, your closing remark.
all right. So I will close with one thing I know
Somebody has
about our
started.
topic
Sorry,
today.
somebody has started hashtag bring back Mr. Excel Aja. Let this one trend. Hashtag bring back Mr. Excel. All right. Okay, go ahead, sir. Thank you.
All right. So I will of the things that makes for success in business is called grit.
It's called what? Grit. Oh,
Grit.
okay.
Grit.
Okay.
Grit. The capacity to stick even in the face of obstacles. That's stickability capacity. That is what they have done and they are not able to succeed. You did not succeed because you are special.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those who succeed don't succeed because they are
Yeah.
special. They succeed because they did not quit. I'm saying this so that you understand it. The thing that will help you do well in business and in anything you're going into is the fact that you have the stickability to stick to that thing and do it and do it. I said to you guys, I do at least 3 years. That capacity to stick, try again, try again, try again. The fact is that often the business that you are sticking to might not end up as the thing that will pay for the time you spend. Something that springs out of it might become the thing that will pay for that time.
100%.
But if you are able to stick,
100%. 100%.
if you are able to stick,
100%.
if you are able to stick, so what you need is to be able to stay true to your business idea and keep working on it. Keep working on it. Somehow, something back and go back to that idea or business you're working on, where you are approaching it. Again, don't forget, your philosophies decides if you're going to stick or not. So you have to actually change your philosophies. For me, I don't, let me tell you guys something, right? Mr. Udu, I am never, is either I'm taking in or I'm giving out.
Please repeat that again, sir.
I said, I'm never idle. It's either I'm giving it, it's either I'm taking
Or
in
you are giving out.
or I'm giving out. So, the way I'm sharing
You are
back now,
giving out.
if I stop here and I go to lie down on my bed, I no go just lie down the way make sleep come. I go on audio book. We go dey play until sleep come. Hello. Because
Hey,
a
my
phone,
God. My
a
God.
phone cannot give out what it has not absorbed. A phone cannot give out what it has not absorbed. In the face of challenges, the word challenge is anything that tries to bring out the best in you. Problem. Challenge is anything that demands your intellect, that demands your best. So it is the thing that you have taken in that you can give out in the presence of a challenge. So at every point in time, if I'm driving, I'm playing an audiobook. If I'm home, I can play an audiobook. I'm listening. I don't have TV, so I either watch Netflix documentaries or I watch YouTube content. Not Groot Kadiri. Am I communicating?
Very well, very
So as a
well.
matter of fact, it is the thing that you have taken in that you are going to use to face challenge. Many of us don't have enough content yet. Enough. We have not built our innermost energy yet. Challenges that come with business. But you see those who are doing it, you want to jump on it. Some of them have built resilience. Resilience comes is the stories I've told here are just like half of the things I have attempted and done. And because of those things, I can face any challenge anytime. So you have to, at this time, the thing I'm telling you is go build your tenacity, go build your capacity, go build your tenacity quotient. So that when things come to challenge your idea, your business idea, you tell them, I have backups. You can bring out different strategies to attack them. That's what I will say to everybody who is here. Because those who succeed don't succeed because they are special. They succeed.
Hi.
Thank you.
Those who succeed don't succeed because they are special. They succeeded because they never quit. One of my mentors, Mr. Victor, who was the one that inducted me fully into sales, he called me one day and he said, certificate is good. He said, network is good. He said, but there is one thing that differentiates you, that makes you to succeed. He said, it is your willingness to succeed. This thing, Mr. S says, grit. Many years ago, I used to post it both on my status and everywhere. I say, the day we finally hit it, let no one say we were lucky. Some level of work and sacrifice has been put under. Sometimes when I'm driving with Mr. I said, immediately call finish happening. Something is playing on the background. You cannot be around him and not be motivated, inspired. Every time is always value. Every time. Some people don't have time for nonsense. Even when we are hanging out or we are having food, we are having lunch or breakfast, is value, is value, is value, is value, is value. Some of the person that I think I give super hand is the wife. Maybe I will call in one of these days and say, Madam, thank you. Because you know it's not easy to marry somebody like this. Because sometimes he will drive you crazy with his ideas and everything. Mr. Excel, I can't just thank you enough. I have been personally motivated. What you've done now this evening is you pushed me. You also reconfirmed some of the things I've believed. And then you have also encouraged us to keep it going. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. I'll have a
Yes, please go ahead, sir.
please before you before you go, please, or after this conversation, I want you to write the things you learned about on this chat on your Facebook. Tag me. Say this is what I learned. These are the points that was mentioned in this podcast. Just go back. That recapping will also help you to internalize a lot of
Yeah.
things. Tell the world this is what you learned. Tag the sales guru. Mention his brand, saying his teaching value in online sales bootcamp. Come on, do that. Okay. I will see you guys when next the sales guru say I should come back. Thank you, everyone.
One day, you will be at the London Heathrow Airport and you will see Mr. Excel. And you will say, Sir,
Correct.
I remember this day. You know what? This is what I used to tell people. Some of you think that, do you think we want to be wasting our time every Thursday night because we don't have what we are doing? No, not at all. Like he said, value always returns to its source. And it's
Source. Correct.
whatever you sow that you reap, not where you sow it. So some of you may not be able to pay me for doing this thing, but I know I will reap it in the future. Finally, before we close,
Correct.
online sales bootcamp registration for batch 3 is on. For all my students here, I think most of my students are here, both past students and the ongoing students that are here. If you also want to be part of it, come to the platform, send me a DM anywhere. I will share the website by tomorrow. Before we go, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and also that of Mr. Aja Excel. Finally, I want you to appreciate Mr. Aja Excel on the comment section. Type something, and then Mr. Aja Excel wants to say something. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, we still have to do a little marketing, right? So for the team, we also have SM Fest coming up very soon. It's gonna
Yeah,
be crazy.
yeah.
It's gonna be mind blowing. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. Chat Mr. Udochukwu up. Okay, we'll possibly do some sales stuff on your on
Yeah, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, we can hear you.
Hi guys.
You went out a bit, but we can hear you now.
Okay, my phone is almost off, and if I
Okay.
put charger, it may not stand well. Okay, I'm
No problem, no problem. It's been crazy. Thank you so much, sir. Guys, say something for Mr. Excel. Say something. Even if he doesn't read it, I want him to read it later. Say something to him. Say something to him. Let me read it. Let us read it. And if you're a business owner here and you are looking for strategies to grow your sales, online sales bootcamp is the answer to you. I'm not talking much about it. The results of those that have been there are crazy already. The current people, we have just less than 2 weeks, we have done over 40 million naira in sales. The first bootcamp, we did almost 100 million. This one, our target is 200 million. The next one, maybe we'll do 300 million or 250 million, as the case may be. If you're a business owner, you are thinking for strategies to grow your sales, you are looking for that platform that can help you to grow your sales, Online Sales Bootcamp is the platform for you. Don't miss this one for anything. Chat me. I can always do something for anyone that is my student, and I don't want to make it public here. To this night, I want to thank you guys. It's almost exactly 2 good hours of learning, of burning your data, of burning your time, of maintaining focus and concentration. I want to thank you. I promise that it is only value that I'm going to bring to you here. The next time, if I'm going to bring Mr. Excel, he is coming to talk something about finances. Your finances as both managing, growing, and investing as an entrepreneur. And I'm also, the next session we may be having is somebody who has raised money from nothing to multi millions. So I'm bringing somebody that is currently in Scotland. Is it in Scotland or Switzerland? I can't, one of those two countries. I'm still in conversation with him to make sure that we get maximum value coming next Thursday. And I'll still keep you in touch with this. My guys, my entrepreneurs, I call you guys champions because you are champions. Never think with the mentality of a mediocre. Never believe. One of the things Mr. Seth shared us today is that get your global standard, who you are pegging with. Me, as the sales guru, one person on the global standard I'm pegging with is a man called Vushi Tembekwayo. Is somebody that I'm pegging with. Who are you pegging with in that your small chops business? Who are you pegging with in that your painting business? Who are you pegging with in that your barbing business? Who are you pegging with in that your makeup business? Who are you pegging with in that your fashion business? Who are you pegging with in that your coaching business? Who are you pegging with in that your branding business? Who are you pegging with? Stop thinking for food for the belly. Stop thinking for food for the belly alone. That is not the purpose why God created you. That's not what the purpose why God created us. Food is the language of the poor. I keep saying it. Food is the language of the poor. That is all they hear. Anything that can put food on their table, that is success to them. That is not, if you are associated with me, you are meant for the globe. You are meant for the globe. You are not meant to be on the pedestrian of the masses. Think bigger. Think bigger. Think of the globe. Think of how your business can go further. That will affect your marketing. That will affect your branding. That will affect your communication. You are a champion. Look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that I am a champion. I see, listen. Bible, let me complete it with this. The Bible said that to him that knoweth what is right and doeth it not, to him is a sin. Which means that sometimes ignorance may leave you, but immediately you have come in contact with a knowledge and you refuse to do that thing, is a sin. You don't have any choice again not to be a global citizen because you have come in contact with the sales guru. That's it. Thank you, Rita. Everybody, I want you to put that comment on the comment section. I am a champion. Champion in capital letters. Everybody, I want you to put it for me. I am a champion. Champion in capital letters. I am a champion. I want to see it buzzing. I want to see it buzzing. I am a champion. If you believe that, I want you to put it on the comment section saying, I am a champion. Put the champion in capital letters. I want to see it. That is who you are. Affirm it. That is you. That is your identity. God didn't bring you here so that you just exist and leave this earth. God brought you here for an impact. That small business you are doing, stop treating it with levity. And that's why online sales bootcamp can help you to multiply the success rate. Right? I wish you guys all the best. Thank you for your time. Good night, my fellow champions. I love you. Keep learning, keep doing, keep advancing, keep taking risks, keep taking challenges. And I know one day you will look back and be proud of yourself that you didn't give up when everybody wanted to give up. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. The replay link will be shared tomorrow or this night, depending on how fast it. Yes, Mauni, my friend from Ghana, send me a DM after this conversation. Yes, we'll meet at the airport one day. Thank you. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. I love you. It's going to be another session Thursday next week. Maybe I will teach sales or marketing next week, Thursday. Or maybe I will still have a guest that is coming to join us on Thursday next week. Broadcast it to people, tell people about it. Above all, write something and share about it, and I'll be happy to receive with you. Have a fantastic night rest, guy.